Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my face-to-face series. Today I'm actually in the Glamour UK offices, and I'm in the office of Jo ELVIN.
Hello.
Who's the editor of Glamour. In case you don't know, I'm sure most of you guys will know Jo already, and what she does and kind of a little bit about her history.
It's the YouTube generation, isn't it? Not all of them do.
They grew up reading Glamour though. This is the thing for me. I remember, you know, flicking through the pages of Glamour and looking, and I'm actually going to switch the questions around now because I'm just going to go straight into talking about this, and I was going to ask you about something else first.
Fire away.
I remember looking through the pages of Glamour and seeing your editor page and being like, that's the best job in the world. That's what I would love to do. What are like the best and worst parts of your job? Is it really as good as it looks?
You're going to hate me for saying this, but I look at YouTubers and Instagrammers, you know, on holiday and think, that looks like the best job in the world. So you and I both know that we have lots of glamorous and fun parts to our jobs, but of course you also know there's lots of mundane bits, there's lots of stressful bits.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Well, you know, there are times when I love my job, I love the people that I meet, I love the ideas we have, I love talking to the readers, I love all the events we do. There are times when if I get a proof on my desk, which is what we call the pages as we're sort of like reading them before they print, if, you know, for the 6th time that day, and I think, I'm going to peel my own face up if I have to read this again. And you know, you have days like that. I do things, there are weeks where I don't know what's going to happen, and we might meet that pop star and go to that shoot and host that event. And then there are times when it's deadline and everything's got to be done by 4 o'clock on a Friday, and it's super intense and we're here till all hours every night. So it's, you know, I love my job, but it's not all fun and glamour.
There's a little bit of a behind the scenes element that people...
There's a huge part of behind the scenes. There's, you know, who dreams when they want to be a magazine editor or a fashion editor or a beauty editor, who says, I want to do that because I want to go and sit with all the management in forecast budget meetings 4 times a year. No one says that. You know, there's all of that. There's money management, there's staff management. I'm sort of like trying to turn everybody off so nobody comes gunning for my job.
What are the best bits though? What are like the pinch me moments that you're like, this is it?
The best bits of my job for me are genuinely the feedback with readers. It never ceases to amaze me and humble me a little bit that, you know, we write something and it tends to be the things on mental health or, you know, those sort of emotional pieces that we do, and you get an email from somebody saying, that really changed the way I thought about things, that made me go and see my doctor, that made me talk to my husband about my strike. That's amazing, and I never ever get over that, and that's my goal, is to sort of like talk to readers in that way. The pinch me moments, I mean, things like, obviously one of the huge flagships for us is the Glamour Women of the Year Awards, and I mean, that's kind of like so many moments where you just can't believe, like this year sitting between Nicole Kidman and Amy Poehler, 2 of my sort of like absolute heroes, and they were both lovely. That's crazy.
Like, life can't get better right now.
It's
like, is this real?
And you do have to remember, don't you, to actually sit and take a breath and enjoy those moments, because one day I won't do this job, but I'll have all those memories.
Yeah. So going on to a little bit more to the meeting of our worlds, which has been something that's been quite gradual over the past 5 years, I think. You were the first person to put a YouTuber on your cover, and you've also, talking of the Women of the Year Awards, you have a YouTuber of the Year. What was the kind of thought process for you behind that decision? Because a lot of magazines haven't been so embracing of digital media.
I think it's been an interesting time, hasn't it? I mean, new media is here, and we're part of that landscape. Yes, I run a print edition, I also run a website, I also run a video channel, a podcast, events, all sorts of things. It was very, very important for me. I don't see how Glamour as a brand for young women stays relevant if we're not embracing all parts of the culture that they're into. Even internally, I had a few people say to me, if you put somebody like Tanya Burr on the cover, as we did a couple of years ago, you know, advertisers are looking at influencers and bloggers and YouTubers, etc. She's one of your competitors. Well, I don't know. I just kind of feel like, to me, we do different things. There's a different kind of tone to everything that we're doing, and I think that I have a very clear remit about what we're doing for our audience. I just don't feel that you can be a modern media brand and not be part of the conversations about, you know, we've done, the current issue is the Instagram issue. Can't be a proper media brand if you're just pretending all that stuff isn't there.
Happening. Yeah.
So I embrace it.
So moving on to like the less worky stuff, which is where we're supposed to start, but you know, it's all quite fluid. There's a few questions I ask everyone on this series. The first one is, what is on your face right now? So what products are you wearing? Is there anything particular new that you're excited about, that you're loving?
Well, I got my friend to do my makeup today.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, because I can't do this. She used a lot of Charlotte Tilbury. She's Justine Jenkins. She's a cruelty-free ambassador, so everything on here is cruelty-free. So there's a lot of Marc Jacobs, Charlotte Tilbury, Bare Minerals, things like that. So I love seeing what she does and taking from that. I'm obsessed with Charlotte Tilbury products.
Yeah,
they're just gorgeous.
So nice.
And look beautiful.
This is the thing, it's like the packaging and the formulation together, it's like perfect.
Yeah, so I'm really into that, and I'm very much into, I wish I knew the name of it, I'm sorry, there's a Marc Jacobs primer that sort of like almost looks completely solid white.
Has it got a white lid?
No, it's got a black lid. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I know there's a lot of debate about primer. It's like some people are into it and some people aren't. I'm fully into it. Maybe it's an older skin thing.
I think it's a skin type thing as well. If you kind of need a bit more moisture or you're really oily, I think it's people tend to love it.
And I think if you're getting on London's wonderful public transport system as much as I am, anything that stops makeup just sliding off in a tubey soup sweat is A-OK by me.
Always a good thing. And I was going to ask you this as well, because obviously editing a whole magazine, you kind of have to be interested in everything. And what, out of all of the things that you kind of cover in Glamour, what are you most personally like interested in? What do you love the most?
I love it all, and that's such a lame answer, isn't it? But it's, I mean, I can't.
I'm like, choose a child. Which one do you love the most?
Yeah, well, I've only got one child, so that takes care of that one. I've got a favourite child. But that's honestly, I think that the reason I've stayed at Glamour so long is because there aren't many magazines where, you know, there are magazines that specialise in fashion and specialise in beauty and specialise in celebrity or current affairs, and we get to do it all. Anything that I'm interested in, I get to do. I think that on a day-to-day basis, I'm just really interested in news culture, and I love political news because I'm always looking for how that affects Glamour readers. I'm really interested in that. And, you know, of course I love fashion. I'm obsessed with fashion. So, yeah.
Bit of everything.
I try. Yeah, I try. I'm not so brilliant on music. I've got other people who are better at knowing who's in the charts.
That's definitely a smaller element, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last question is one that I ask everybody again, and it's a tricky one, so I'm sorry in advance if you're like, oh my god. If you could choose a song to be soundtrack of your life, what would it be?
Song? Yeah, that is hard.
I kind of hate myself for asking this question, because if someone asks me, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I think it's telling, I think.
Well, it just depends on the given day, and this is going to sound really depressing at first, and a lot of your YouTube viewers will not know this one, but one of my favourite albums of all time is David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars.
Yeah.
And one of my favourite songs from that is called 5 Years.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like haunting and beautiful and melodic and holds up really well, and the premise is we've only got 5 years left on Earth, and so that's really depressing. But I kind of love, what I love about that song is it does make you think, well, okay, if I only had 5 years left, what would I be doing?
It's depressing, but kind of motivating.
Yeah. And I think that that's what he meant to do with it, and it's gorgeous. So I don't know if it's a soundtrack to my life, but it's one I listen to when I need to relax or I need pumping, and it's just, I'll never get sick of it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much to Jo. If you haven't already listened to our podcast, if you don't listen to the Glamour podcast already, I'll pop a link below. But we actually
Thank you. She's awesome on it, by the way.
We just recorded it, and we're talking all about, is it okay to talk about money? Controversial. To love British pomp and ceremony.
Yeah.
Again.
And somebody committed treason in that part. It wasn't either of us.
It was serious.
Yeah.
And, God, what was the last one?
To not enjoy being alone.
Yeah, not enjoy being alone, which I have to say, I hate my own company. Am I weird?
In where we learned that Fleur is slightly a big old weirdo, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, so go and check that out, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.